That smells like pure sugar. That might be why I liked it so much. Hello everyone, it's Barry here. Hope you're well. Today we're touching on a little bit for me of personal edible nostalgia. Is it just me, but food triggers memories, and it's only actually when I was submitted this recipe idea about a month ago that I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that. We worked on a summer camp in America. In fact, if you want to see, look, cha-ching, that was me. I was a lifeguard. You'd be like, what, that was you, Barry? Yeah, that was me. I know, yeah, watch out for the guns. We would regularly go to the Outback Steakhouse. And bizarrely, when I was there, I loved the steaks, don't get me wrong, but they brought out this thing called like honey wheat bread, and they just kept bringing it out. It was served with a whipped butter, and it blew my mind. And someone sent me a clone recipe for this to potentially make it. I have not had it for years. It was so addictive, so good, and I had so much free bread, but they honestly would just keep bringing it out. It was just so good, and I'm sure it still is. It was the simplicity. Oh, this is brown bread, and it was warm with the butter, and it was just, food does that, right? It triggers memories. So my aim today is to make this bread. Hopefully it'll be just as good, and we're making it fresh ourselves. We'll even do the whipped butter alongside it, and then Mrs. B can taste test it at the end because she was also there with me tasting that bread and loving it just as much. Can you tell I'm excited today? I'm really excited. So it's time to get the yeast going first of all. This in this jug is 3 tablespoons of molasses. I ordered this online. It's already in the jug because it came in this like really weird pot that was leaking. So that's 3 tablespoons there. It's quite hard to get it in the UK, so I did have to order that on Amazon. I'm not sure how legitimate it was. It was in a really dodgy container, but anyhow, this is 90 grams of runny honey going in there with it as well. So it's a really sweet bread, and there's a bit of a plot twist in a minute as well. Okay, right here is a jug of warm water to really help our yeast. So you can see how sweet this bread is going to be with the honey, the molasses. And apparently if you can't get molasses, an actual alternative is dark brown sugar, but as you can see, we're putting dark brown sugar in anyway. I mean, obviously if I wasn't doing it on a video, I would just do it in that huge jug first of all, but I wanted to sort of show you the steps building together. Looks a bit like gravy, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't smell like it. That smells like pure sugar. That might be why I liked it so much. This is some fast action yeast. So the heat from this should get that yeast working. All right, that is doing its thing. Just put it out of the way for the time being. It's starting to look even more like a Guinness because it is getting foamy with that yeast. So the good thing is we haven't killed it, it is working. We're making bread. So we have some strong white bread flour here. It's a honey wheat bread. So we are gonna add in wheat flour, which in the UK is, as we found out recently, we could just call it wholemeal. We also add in some salt, but here is the plot twist and why I probably really like this recipe in general. Cocoa. We are putting cocoa powder in this bread. It's chocolate bread, right? Apparently this is a legit clone of this recipe. I've built my hopes up so much for this recipe. I really hope it works. I mean, that's really throwing me that there's chocolate in this. You smell that? Look at that foam. If I give it a little shimmy, you see that there? It really does look more like a Guinness now. Right, what we're gonna do is pour that all in there. Ugh. Yeah, that stinks. I had to just Google this. The recipe called for canola oil, which we don't have any in the house. We've got as many oils as you can imagine in the cupboard below, but we have got rapeseed oil, which apparently is classed as the same thing. So in that goes. And the other cool thing I just found out was there was an Outback Steakhouse in London in like the very early 2000s for around about 10 years, and then it just disappeared. I think the people in the UK were like, free bread? You're not, what are you on about? You're not getting free bread. Dung, 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 dung. Head whisk is here. If you've got a stand mixer, even better, because we want to beat this together to form the dough, or you could just do it with a whisk and spatula by hand. So effectively, we're just kneading this together. If it's too sticky, we'll add in more flour. If it's too dry, we can add in a bit more honey or oil. Ooh, that's still a bit sticky, actually. I'm gonna get some more flour in there. Yeah, look at that. I don't use this flour too often. We'll get some more wholemeal in there. And I will adjust the recipe to mention this, all right? Oh my gosh. All right, folks, so I have decided to get my hands right in there, and you are left. There is this gorgeous, it's like soft and tender, but still maneuverable and very lightly sticky, nothing crazy at all. But this big lump, this lovely ball of dough like this. Amazing. So now we need to let it rest with either a damp tea towel over the top or some cling film. All right, Homer, have a good look at that. All right, mate, we are gonna leave this in a warm place for an hour. And underneath our boiler, by one of Phoebe's paintings, is extremely warm. So, yeah, I guess we'll see it in a bit. All right, it has been an hour and it's gone massive. Ooh. Yeah, it definitely smells savoury. Oh my gosh, it's like a pillow. We could just make one massive one, look at that. Awesome, it is so delicate and light. I love it. Let's just leave it. That would be amazing. But no, it has still got that very slight stickiness, so we will flour down with a little bit more bread flour. Eight little loaves we should be able to get out of this. Well, actually, to be honest, I was much more keen to keep it as one big old loaf. So what I'll do is I'll chuck those other 7 pieces in there and just show you with one what we're gonna do, okay? Oh my gosh. Just roll it out now. And then apparently what we do is roll this up like a log into a big old tube, tuck the ends in, and there we go. You see that? A nice big old log. Make sure it's sat seam side down. Now this is gonna grow in size a little bit as we leave it to rest. So I've got a lined tray here and we'll put that there. And once we've got the other ones ready, we'll drape it with a kitchen towel. Actually, do you know what? As dainty and as awesome as that is, and no doubt it will grow, I've got 2 pieces here. We're gonna do the same, but I'm gonna make them a bit bigger, okay? Yeah, there we go, I'm more happy with that. And of course, you can keep them smaller if you wanted to, but of course, this has still got to rest, so I'll make some more. Okay, so I've got 4 larger ones here, and they are sat on the seal. The recipe I was sent didn't tell me to do this, and to be honest, I might regret this, but what I'm gonna do on one of them, I remember going there once, and it was the same time I was over there. One time I went there and it was plain, and the next time there was actual like oats on the top of the loaf, like baked into it. It could completely burn, I don't know, but if my memory serves me correctly, there was once. I just want to see if I can replicate that. Anyhow, damp cloth. So this is different to our wrap master before. You could do that again if you want, but we'll go old school. I'm gonna put it back out there behind Homer for about half an hour, and then we bake. My oven is preheated to a toasty 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 180C fan, 200C non-fan. These have been sat for about 30 minutes, so let's have a little look. Ugh. And I think I nipped some oats off. They've gone a little bigger actually. So they're all down to the bake now. Here we go. In they go for apparently 15 minutes. And that's it. I've just got to wait now, and I'm genuinely really excited. Whether it's chocolate bread or it genuinely tastes the same, I don't really care now, but I've got high hopes. Come on. Folks, it has been 15 minutes, well, it's actually been 16 minutes. I let it run over by an extra minute. I've just walked back in and there's this really sweet smelling bake vibe going on, and I can't wait to get them out. They look awesome. Oh, yes, 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 you see it? There's my oaty one, look, my oaty one. But this one, can you see the seam? I didn't quite sit it fully on, so I mean, I don't mind that, but can you see how it's kind of created like a little lip? But I'm not that bothered about that at all. Right, we'll let these cool down a little bit. So just while that's to one side, let's make some whipped butter. So the bread was served with a whipped butter, and sure, you could probably just get some butter and whip it. I mean, a whisk is better for that, but apparently it is made with room temperature butter, nice and softened and effectively whipped. So here is the special ingredient, and it could go everywhere. That is 2 tablespoons of milk. I'm going to turn this right down on a low. And that, my friends, with the milk all incorporated in there, you can see how it's gone slightly paler, is apparently whipped butter. That is going to go awesome on our bread. Nice little pot for that, and it's time to eat. Yes. Oh, I am excited. I am so excited. It's still slightly warm. See the texture of it there. Look at that. So this is how they would bring it out to the table like that. It would be like a loaf of bread with the serrated knife and the whipped butter. Oh my gosh. Right, let's just see. Let's, oh wow. It's got a nice crust on it, and it is smelling all of a sudden like bread. Oh, you can see that steam still coming off of it. That is warm. Oh, but look at it. That I mean, it's just brown bread. Hopefully, if you like, I mean, there's probably people like, no, this is disgusting. But I blooming love it. Oh, I've just called Mrs. B to come taste some, right? So that's the next scene. She's got this thing, and the girls as well, where we get a loaf of bread. She will not eat the crust. Any of these middle ones, but the bits on the end, she's got this thing. She will not eat them. She'll throw it out. Well, give it to birds. Well, mainly me. I become Big Bird. So I'm going to see if I can get her to eat that one. I've slaved away making it. That's the least she can do, right? Outback Steakhouse honey wheat bread.
Yum.
And we've got 3 more. So if this tastes good, it's going to be a good week.
Lots of bread.
Have that piece there and I'll have this spoon there. All right.
Did you tell people?
Yes. Is it good?
That's very good. Tastes just like it.
That is identical. I was like, oh no, why is there cocoa powder going in it? But there's a savouriness. It's more sweet smelling than it is tasting, isn't it?
It is.
You can just see you like it because you're just like, it is.
Butter.
I want to eat now. There's a bit of sweetness in the crust, but it's still... I love the texture running through it as well, all that wheat flour.
Yeah.
It's like a bit rougher.
Yeah.
But there we go. I think... Oh my gosh.
It's good.
That was really easy to make as well. You got to prove how much you like it. There you go.
Okay.
This is a big thing for Mrs. B.
I guess it's no different to eating a bread roll.
No, it isn't. Which is one of the things I say when you don't eat the crusts on a loaf of bread.
Actually, all right.
You did it. I'm proud of you. Awesome.
I'm not going to eat the crust on a loaf of bread, though. Who does that?
Well, people with curly hair, apparently.
No, I eat the crust around the edge, but I don't like the end.
Yeah, the end. I would call that the crust. Is it the crust? I just called it the crust. What would it be called?
The end of the...
The end.
Or the beginning.
But why?
Is it the end or the start?
Well, it's both, isn't it? Just spin it around and it's both. And when you sometimes buy a baguette from a supermarket, you're like, I'm going to cut that bit off because someone might put their hands on it. I mean, and I know you're not the only one that thinks like that. I guarantee I'll say this and they'll be like, yeah, I'm like that. What is the end of a loaf of bread called? The crust is, you're right. I mean, it's still the crust. It is the crust.
End.
No, it's the crust. Because it's just a side crust. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Absolutely over the moon with that. That is so good. So if you've never been there, don't worry about it. Make it a slightly sweet-edged, gorgeous bread. And the whipped butter is optional, but blimey. That's brought back some memories.
I can't even remember what else I ate there.
Well, we're supposed to eat steak, but you get so full up on the free bread from what I remember. Thanks, guys. Give it a go. And if you do, send me a photo. Don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll see you later. Ciao.
Bye. Can have another piece.
Cheers, guys. Folks, Mrs. B's has had a flashback.
A talking moose on the wall.
Was it definitely that restaurant? I'm sure it was that had.
Yeah,
there was a talking moose as you came in.
Yeah.
What did it say? Welcome. I can't remember. Did it sing?
I thought it did sing, but now I'm thinking no. I think it just spoke.
Could have just been a real moose.